This exercise is called cloud hands. This is a standalone Tai Chi exercise that is a little simpler to do than a full form, but it also gives you the full benefit of Tai Chi. When performing this exercise in a chair or seated, I'd like you to be aware of a few things. We want to have our lower back supported by our chair. So we want to be sitting all the way back into our chair, but we are going to be trying to move our body a little bit. So whereas we want our lower back pressed up against the chair, we still want to be able to move our upper torso. These movements are denoted by 45-degree angle left and right. So when we go, we don't want to turn overly to the right or to the left, which, by the way, I'm going to be mirroring you in all these exercises. So when I say right and I'm using my left, just know that I'm doing that so you can follow along. But when we turn, we're going to turn just to about 45 degrees. And then we're going to turn back to another 45 degrees on the left side. But going too far, we're actually impeding and putting our body in a compromised position. So we don't want to go overly to either side. So just keep that in mind. The cloud hands exercise is a very relaxing exercise. It'll be paired with breathing. It's going to start off where we're going to have our hand in front of our mouth. We want to have it so there's a good space between us. Our elbow is going to be down. Our armpit is going to be not pinched off. We want to have a little space in there. And our hands are going to be about in front of our mouth, about the distance it would be if we were hugging somebody. So like we had somebody there with us. To begin, we're going to start with one-handed. We're going to start with the right hand in front of us. Our arms are not going to be doing so much moving during this exercise. Our body is going to be doing the turning for us. So as we turn our body to that 45 degrees, our arm is going to move with us. When we get to this position, our hands and our forearms are going to do the rest of the work. So as we turn to the right, we're going to lower that right hand. We don't want to go too low because our knees are going to be in the way. We're going to stop just a few inches above the knee. And then we're going to turn our body back as our hand scoops under, turning over to the left. From this position, our hand's going to come up and we're going to return our body to the center. So we're going to be doing this kind of oval circular movement as we turn our body, really engaging those core muscles, shifting our weight back over to the right, lower the hand, shifting our weight back to the left, and raising the hand. Nice and slow. We want everything to be relaxed. We want our shoulders to be relaxed, our arm to be relaxed. We're just moving our hand gently through space and time. As we come up and over, we're going to start to add in some breathing into this movement. So our arm comes over as our body turns to the right. We'll lower our hand. I want you to inhale as we come back to the left. Raising the right hand up. Exhale as we come to the right. Inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go ahead and drop our right hand. Roll out our shoulders a little, give us some love. I know we did a little work there. So as we do that exercise, pairing it with our breathing, it's important to know that the slower you do it, the more relaxation benefit you're going to get from it. So if you take slower, deeper breaths, pair the movement with the breathing. So as you exhale, nice and slow, inhale, control the inhale from all the way, start to finish, and then allow your exhale go nice and slow as well. Moving on to the left hand. We're going to raise the left hand in front of us, remembering the same things. Elbow down, space in our armpit, hand in front of the mouth, about the distance of the body. Turning to the left, whichever side is high is the direction we're going to go. We're going to turn to the left, lower the left hand, come across the top of the knees as we turn our body back to the right. Raising the hand back up to center, body center. Back over to the left, lower the hand, turn shoulders back over to the right, raise the hand back to center. Let's try and go in full circles now. Coming back to the right, nice and relaxed. Hand comes up, center, left, down, across. Adding in the breathing now. Let's go ahead and exhale as we come across the top. Lower, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Turning the shoulders, lower the left hand down, come back to center, roll them out. Okay, the final stage can be kind of daunting. 2 hands at once in opposite circles, but I have faith in you, you can do it. All right, so we're gonna start off 1 hand high, 1 hand low, because they are gonna be opposites. So the right hand's gonna be high, the left hand's gonna be low. We're back in our chair, our body's tall and strong, we're supporting our lower back, but we're staying relaxed. Let's turn towards the right. Now our left hand's gonna come up, our right hand's gonna come down. Then we're gonna shift our weight back over to the left. Left hand down, right hand up. Shifting our weight back over to the right. Right hand down, left hand up. And let's just keep it moving. Turning the body, switching the hands. Turning, alternating. High and low. High and low. The final component of this exercise is we're going to add in some breathing. And since we're going 2 different directions, we're just going to pick one. So what I'd like to do is we're going to exhale as we go over to the right and inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And let's do this final one. We're going to inhale, lower our left hand to our lap. Exhale as the right hand comes across, bring that back down. And that was wave hands like clouds. You did great. The first Tai Chi exercise we're going to do is called cloud hands. This is a standalone exercise that if you feel like you're struggling doing the entire form, you can just do this one exercise and still receive almost all the benefit that you would get from doing a full Tai Chi form. We're going to start off one-handed. And I just want to note that I'm going to be doing these exercises mirrored. So if you see me using my right hand and saying my left, it's so you can follow along with me directly on the screen, okay? So let's start off. What I want you to do is we're going to stand with our feet shoulder width apart. Our knees are going to be slightly bent. We kind of want to be sitting back into our heels, like not so we're falling backwards or anything, but we want to avoid putting our weight forward onto moving our knees forward over our toes. We want to sit back nice and relaxed and let everything sink down and loosen. Our shoulders are relaxed, our hips and our shoulders are aligned. Our hips are relaxed as well. To begin this exercise, what we're going to do is we're going to raise our right hand up. And it's going to be just about in front of our mouth. But we don't want it to be too close. We don't want it to be too far. We want it to be kind of like you're giving a hug to somebody, about that distance. You got a person space between you. So our elbow is going to be slightly bent and down. It's not going to be out. And we want to have a little gap underneath our armpit as well. Tai Chi is known as a healing art, and by having ourselves in this open and relaxed position allows our circulatory and nervous system to function optimally, which is in turn allows us to feel better. So, all that aside, to begin the exercise, let's go ahead and raise up our right hand in front of our mouth. We're going to shift our weight over into our right leg, and then turn our body about 45 degrees. You see how my arm didn't move, my body moved and my arm went with it. That's kind of like how all the Tai Chi movements we're going to be doing are focused. So we're going to, instead of doing things like this, we're going to be moving the body and the arm's just going to follow. Let me actually step a second and get back into the stance. So our feet are shoulder width apart, just average about. Our knees are slightly bent. When we shift our weight and turn, there's going to be a lot of this going on. We're going to shift our weight to one side. Now this side, the right side, the knee's going to be more bent, and this side, the knee's going to be straighter. It's kind of pushing us over to that direction. When we get over to the right side, we're going to turn our body about 45 degrees. And as we shift our weight back, we're going to push off with this right leg. Everything's going to come back to the center. And then as we push over to the left, we're going to turn that 45 degrees over to the left. So this is an integral part of all the exercises we're going to be doing from here on out. So let's just practice shifting from one side to the other. Just nice and relaxed. The hips and the shoulders are staying in line. One knee straightens, one knee bends. When we're back in the center, they're both slightly bent. Okay, and this is just something that you can practice on its own to help improve your balance and your stabilizer muscles. So getting back to the exercise, it's called cloud hands. The reason it's called that, it's a translation from Chinese, is your hands move and they're just kind of like moving clouds in the sky. Starting off with one hand, we're going to raise the right hand up in front of our mouth. We're going to do that weight shift. As we shift and turn, we're going to lower our right hand down, almost like we're going to set it on a table, but then it's going to scoop over. As it starts to scoop over, we're going to shift our weight, come across over to the left, and then our hand's going to raise up. And as it's coming up, we're going to shift our weight back to the center to return right in front of us. Now this is going to be kind of like an oval more than a circle, but we're going to shift our weight. We want everything to be relaxed. Let's try not to have any tension in this arm, just enough to move our hand through space and time. Trying to stay relaxed in our shoulders. Nothing's tense, everything's loose. And as we move with one arm, I would like to add some breathing exercises into this. Our hand comes over, raises up, back to center as we shift our weight over to the right, lower the hand, shift our weight to the left. Hand comes up, and let's exhale. We're going to slow it down. Let's inhale as we bring our hands over to the left. Exhale, back to the right. Inhale, good. And exhale. Inhale, exhale. This exercise is really good for balance, shoulder and arm strength, and relaxation if you haven't noticed. Sometimes you can just get lost in the circular movements. Exhale. Inhale as we come back around. This is the last time. We're gonna come up and exhale over to the right, dropping our hand, bringing our weight back to center. Let's roll out our shoulders a little bit. We might start to feel that in the deltoids. That's perfectly normal. It's good. You're working out. Okay, so let's do this with the left hand. We're bringing the left hand up, about mouth level, shoulder down and relaxed, but we're not pinching off underneath the armpit. Knees are slightly bent, shoulders and hips aligned. Whatever hand is high, that's the direction we're going. So when our right hand was high, we went right to start. Now that our left hand's high, we're going to shift our weight, turn over to the left, lower the hand, come back across, raising the hand, coming back to center. Let's just pause here for a second. Make sure everything's aligned. Shifting our weight, nice and slow, everything's relaxed. Lowering the left hand, sweeping across to the right, up, and back to center. And start going in full circles now. Down, to the right, up, down, right, left. Relaxed and flowing. And we'll start to add the breath into this one. Let's inhale as we come across to the right. Exhale. Inhale, kind of scooping in that breath. Exhale, letting it go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Dropping our hand to our side, bringing our weight back to center. Good job, everybody. If at first you don't feel like you're getting these exercises, it's okay, because you're building new neural pathways in your mind as you're doing these. You weren't born doing circles with your arms. Oh, some of us were, but I'm just kidding. But just practice makes perfect, as with anything. Learning to tie your shoes, learning to walk, learning Tai Chi, it's all the same. You got to do it over and over to really get it. But even just going through it without understanding the movements, you're going to get some benefit from it. So keep practicing. Now, the challenging part is doing two hands opposite circles at one time. We're going to start off raising the right hand up. The left hand is going to be down going to the right, because our right hand's at the top. We're going to start keeping those arms in place. The arms are following the body. So if we just think about moving the body, we're going to shift our weight, switch the hands high and low. Left hand goes high, right hand goes low. And let's come back over, shifting the weight. See how the arms are following the body? And then we just raise them high and low. Shifting. Left hand high, right hand low. Shifting and turning. Right hand high, left hand low. And let's see if we can just go nice and slow. And in a moment, we're going to add in the breathing component to this as well. But since we're going two different sides, we're not going to do any rapid breathing. We're just going to pick one side to inhale and one side to exhale. So let's inhale as we're moving to the left. Exhale as we're moving to the right. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Great. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Let's inhale. And as we inhale, the left arm's going to come to rest at our side. The right hand's going to continue as we exhale over, dropping our hand to our sides. One final thing I want to introduce to you. Once we've done some work, we want to close out. So what we're going to do, we're going to hold our hands to our sides. We're going to raise them over our heads, palm up. As we do that, we're going to step in with our left foot. Inhale. Exhale down. Kind of bring our energies back into center.